mute, as a matter of fact. What'd you say? What up, chat? Mary Goldmiss. Let's see how many people we get in here this morning. Let's see who got kids, who ain't got no kids. Mary Goldmiss, Caleb. Is it Caleb? No, I think it's just Savi. Savi? Savi of Caleb? Savi of Celeb? Or is it Caleb? What's up, Colorful? Good morning. Good morning. Mary Goldmiss. Savi, I got you. Mary Goldmiss, Jack. What up, y'all? What up? We are doing a trading class today. I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes this morning. Sin baby in the building. Mary Goldmiss, Sin. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. How y'all feeling this morning? Thank you, Sin, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you, my love. What up, chat? Come on in, come on in. I'm gonna give everybody a couple of minutes. That's a good Christmas gift, right? Yeah, I think so too. Mary Goldmiss. Mary Goldmiss, King J. Mary Goldmiss, Sin. Yeah, I think it's a good gift too. We just gonna run through some things. We're gonna run through candlesticks, Christmas, risk management, psychology, journaling, and then I'm gonna go over egg rolls and chopsticks. And then I'm gonna let y'all have a lovely holiday. J Bear. Gold morning, Ron. Mary Goldmiss. Hey, Gift. Mary Goldmiss. Mary Goldmiss, chat. I hope everybody's having a lovely holiday so far. I know it's a little later in the day for some of us than it is me. It's only 5 a.m. for me. Trading on Christmas? No, this is a trading class. Mary Goldmiss. We are doing a trading class today. I'm gonna have to dip this tea bag a little bit further down here. Hope you have a great one. Got all you wanted. I did, Jay. I pretty much did. Got everything I want. Dior, please. How you wake up so early? Out of habit. The habit used to be 3:30 a.m. Now it's whatever time this is, 4 a.m. Hi, Don. Thank you for the daily heart me. Merry Christmas. Or how we like to say, Mary Goldmiss. Don. Thank you, Don. Mary Goldmiss. Thank you. J Bear, Mary Gold. I can't even talk. Mary Goldmiss, J. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Los Angeles. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Neil, for the daily heart me. She is not telling on me. Telling on me for what? Infinite, thank you for the daily heart me. Mary Goldmiss, chat. Mary Goldmiss. Marcus, open or you teaching? I'm teaching today. Schmack with the daily heart me. Look at y'all in here on Christmas morning. On Goldmiss morning. Mary Goldmiss, chat. Mary Goldmiss. All right, well, we, shoot. I guess I'll give it a few more minutes. Seasons, greetings, Mary Goldmiss, LaShonda. Los Angeles, thank you for the potato in Paris, for my potato. Neil with the white life with the finger heart. Neil with the Tom Christmas. White life with the heart puff and the rose. I appreciate y'all. HRH Mary Goldmiss. I'm actually here before 5 a.m. Thought you forgot us. No, I was here directly on schedule this morning, not a minute early. Mary Goldmiss, y'all. Mary Goldmiss Schmack. Naate, thank you for the daily heart me and the go popular. 4 a.m. Which continent? I'm in North America, California specifically. So right now it's 5 a.m. 5:06 a.m. here in California. What the fuck are you doing? Blocking you, cause why are you talking to me like that and it's Christmas? Like, first of all, I'm out here trying to spread a little Christmas cheer. I don't even have my Christmas sweater on. Hold on, chat. Out here, Santa. Putting my Christmas sweater on. Check it out, chat. Okay. And we gonna light up. And what do it say? Where my hoes at? What, Jay? Hey, not too much, not too much. Not too much, okay? Santa, is that you? Yeah, it's me. It's me. I just got done making my deliveries. Jingling everywhere. Hey, look. Okay. All right, chat. Mary Goldmiss, Andy. Ace, thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate you, love. I love you too, Master Trader. Yo. Thank you, Master Trader, for the roses. What? I'm in the spirit. Thank you, Master Trader, for the daily heart me, the rose and the roses. I know, I'm finna, for real. Jingling all the damn way. Thank you, Los Angeles. All right, y'all. All right, we got enough people in here. We're gonna get started, okay? So obviously, we're doing a trading class this morning. We are, low-key, I should have cut the damn bells off of this damn thing. Did y'all play the Powerball yesterday? Anybody in my chat win the Powerball? Let me know. Let me know. Send me a lion if you did. Please. I'm going to try not to move. I'm going to try not to move too much, okay? All right, listen. This is basically just a little not a spreadsheet, a Google Doc that I put together. Just running through a few things. Right now we're going to talk about charts. We're going to talk about technical analysis and candlesticks. What's going on, DJ? How you feeling this morning? Mary Goldmiss chat. So yeah, we're just going to run through a few things. We're going to talk about candlesticks. We're going to talk about support and resistance. We're going to talk about basic technical analysis strategies. I hope this will be recorded and watched later on YouTube. Yes, Smart Signal FX. This will be recorded, chat, so you don't have to stay for the full thing if you don't want to. I recommend that you do if you have questions. I'm here to answer them. So I got you, but it will be recorded and posted on my YouTube. So if by chance you leave, you're going to leave, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. Okay. Sedusa, Mary Goldmiss. All right, chat, let's get started. So speaking of candles, let's look at candlesticks real quick. Let's talk about candles. So when it comes down to charts, you have multiple different charts you can look at. You can look at a line chart. You could look at a line chart with markers. You can look at bar candles. You have volume candles. I don't think I can look at that one. There's something else I wanted to show y'all though. The Heiken Ashy candles. These. There's a bunch of different candles that you're going to look at, but the most standard candle that you're going to see are your regular old green and red candles, right? Green candles going up, red candles going down. You can obviously change these. Thank you, Sedusa. Thank you, Raj, for your daily heart. Me, Sedusa. Thank you for them Go Populars. Mary Gold, Miss. So you're going to see these standard candles throughout your entire trading career. You can change the colors, but I highly recommend that you either keep them in the green and red, or whatever color you do change them to. W Sin, thank you so much, Sin, for those go populars. You can change them, or you can leave them as green and red. I highly recommend that you leave them as one color, at least for the minimum of a year, because these colors, they're chosen for a reason, and it's kind of to help you identify candlesticks a little bit clearer. So when a candlestick opens, it's opening. We're going to look at this candle specifically. When a candlestick is opening, it's opening here at this bottom corner, and it's closing at this top corner. The wicks are showing you how far the candle went up and how far the candle went down. But this is where it opened and where it closed. That's how they all work, except for bearish candles. They open at the top and then they close at the bottom. Let me find actually a different bearish candle, this one here. So it opened here and it closed at the bottom. So your candles are always going to open where your last one closed. 401k in the building. Yo, do I need to spit a little Christmas jingle? Y'all, first of all, I was trying to rap last night. Y'all, I got to work on it. All right, I'm going to work on it. That's for Dior. Thank you, Jay Bear, for the mic champ. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Sin, for the 100 Go Populars. Too, Sin, with the you so fly. Thank you, Sin. That was cute. Okay, W chat, man. W freaking chat. All right, y'all. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So as y'all know, I trade support and resistance. We're gonna get into that in a second. Well, let me speak on this real quick. When you're looking at candlesticks, at least when I was at the beginning, I was looking at them low key like this. You can't see anything when you're looking at charts like this. It's very important that you zoom in. And you're zooming in because just within one higher time frame candle is an entire range on the lower time frames. This is the daily time frame here. Within one daily candle, realistically, when you're coming to the charts, all you should be looking at is the current daily candle and the previous daily candle and determining, are we moving in a continuation or are we ranging? When candles are ranging, they're going to... Oh, my bad, chat. My bad. Y'all just got me talking and ain't said nothing. All right. I got y'all. Can you close the side so we can see the whole chart? Well, yeah, I just had it moved over because I had it on the Google Doc. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So anyways, like I was saying, let me repeat that real quick. So when you have a candlestick, right, it's opening from the bottom, at least a bullish candlestick. It's opening from the bottom and closing at the top. The very next candle is a bearish candle. It's opening from the top and closing from the bottom. That's how they work, okay? Bullish candles and bearish candles. Bullish candles open from the bottom, close at the top. Bearish candles open from the top and close at the bottom. The wicks tell you how high the candle went or how low the candle went. And that's it outside of the open and the close. So just to go over that for a second. Now, I'm going to hop up here to the weekly candle. Within one weekly candle, you have 5 daily candles. So this one weekly candle here is going to have 5 daily candles within it. Or let's even talk about this one. This candle right here, it's smaller than this one, but it still has 5 daily candles within it. And within 5 daily candles, I think you have, I don't even know. We'll get to it. Actually, let me go back to that. Where is it? Within a daily candle, it don't even say on here, never mind. But within a daily candle, you're going to have 6 4-hour candles because 6 4-hour candles make up 24 hours. So that week, it was a lot of consolidation. No, not necessarily. It's whatever the market did. So within all weekly candles. So each one of these weekly candles had 5 daily candles within it, right? Because gold is only open 5 days a week. Bitcoin's weekly candle is going to have 7 days a week in it. So it's going to have 7 daily candles within it. So this is important to know because, well, let me just keep moving down the line. So within one daily candle is going to be 6 4-hour candles. Within one 4-hour candle, you're going to have 4 1-hour candles. Within one 1-hour candle, you're going to have 2 30-minute candles and 4 15-minute candles. Within a 30-minute candle, you're going to have 2 15-minute candles. Within one 15-minute candle, you're going to have 3 5-minute candles. Can you explain how to enter a trade or actually paper trade? I'll get to that. This is the most important because you can't enter a trade if you don't know what you're looking at. So just stick with me, okay? Stick with me until the end, and I'm going to go over how I enter trades and the trades I'm looking for specifically. Thank you, P, for the daily heart me. So hold your questions, chat, okay? Hold your questions. We're going to get in by the end of this, most of your questions will probably be answered, all right? So now that we understand that within higher time frame candles, lower time frame candles are being built. And with that being said, all of these time frames go together. There's not a time frame that doesn't match. Okay? You can look at the 4-hour and see what's happening on the 1 hour. It's still the same thing. So no matter what time frames you decide to look at, you're looking at the exact same thing as long as you're looking at the same instrument. And when I say instrument, I mean the chart that you're looking at. This is gold. You guys know I only trade gold. Yeah, sometimes you just got to sit back and listen. And when you sit back and listen, a lot of your questions will be answered. And a lot of what you're missing will be told to you. You just got to sit back and listen. So hold your questions until the end, okay? I'll take questions at the very end after we discuss everything, okay? So that's really important to note is that all of these time frames are the exact same. The same range that's on the 1 hour is going to be the same range that's on the 30-minute. It's not different. There's no different information. There's just more candles, okay? So with that being said, that's really all you got to know about candlesticks themselves. When it comes down to trading candlesticks or trading price action, there's multiple different ways to trade it. I use support and resistance. I'm looking at, or what I'm looking for is ranges. The charts, they move in ranges. Candles move in ranges. Price moves in ranges. We already know this. Okay, well, some people don't, the main character. So as a matter of fact, you're getting blocked. There's a lot of people who don't know things. Yeah, chat, anybody with anything disrespectful to say, get them up out of here. Because this is for my people who deserve it, for real. So anyways, I'm looking for the main ranges or the main zones of the chart. So when I'm coming to the charts, I'm starting off on the daily time frame. I'm looking for what the current daily candle is doing, because realistically, the only trades I'm going to be taking are within this current daily candlestick. Thank you, Arrow. Thank you, 11. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, D's Apparel. Thank you, ASL. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. So the only candle I'm looking at realistically on the daily time frame is the current daily candle. And what I'm looking for is to see, did we break previous daily candle high or previous daily candle low? Because keep in mind that on the lower time frames, this has its own ranges already built within it. So I want to know within the current daily candle, did we break out of the previous daily candles ranges? Okay. So then I'm dropping down to the 4-hour and I'm doing the exact same thing. I want to know, did the current 4-hour candle break its previous 4-hour candle high or the previous 4-hour candle low? Excuse me. I'm not looking for all of this. I'm not looking at all of this information down here. I don't care. All I care about is what's going on within this current this current 4-hour candle, because that's the only higher time frame candle that I'm going to actually trade. Whatever trade I take is going to be within this candle. So that's the only candle I need to predict. I don't need to know what's going on nothing else. Okay. Can you tell us more about the monthly candle or the monthly time frame and tell us where you think we're heading with gold? Well, it's the same exact thing. If you're looking at the Jay with the potato and pears, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Teddy. It's the same thing. You're looking at the current monthly candle compared to the previous monthly candle. We broke previous monthly candle highs and we broke its previous monthly candle highs. Within these previous monthly candles, they have their own ranges on the lower time frames. The highs and the lows of these monthly candlesticks are being broken. Well, technically, the high is being broken. We're breaking out. This is a continuation. But within this continuation on the lower time frames are breakout trades. And that's all it is on the monthly time frame. It's the same as the weekly. It's the same as the daily. All you have to do is look at the current monthly, the current weekly, or the current daily. Same thing with the 3-month and the 6-month as well. Within the 6-month candle is 6 monthly candles. Within the 3-month candle is 3 monthly candles. So there's ranges being created on the lower time frames, okay? That's how this works. So can this be used for swing traders? It can be used for anything. All the time frames work the same. They're all the same. Like what you're looking at on the monthly time frame, the price is the exact same on the lower time frames too. It doesn't matter what time frame you use. It's all the same information. You just get more candlesticks on the lower time frames. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to move down to I'm going to use the 3-hour chart here. Now, a lot of traders, they use the 4-hour chart, which is fine too. I like to use the 3-hour chart because it works better for me. And yeah, it just works better for me. It doesn't matter what you use, okay? Trading is really subjective. You can do this however you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way to trade. Only thing that matters in trading is the probability of how often you're going to win, your win rate, basically. So no matter what time frame you use, you can be a winner. You can come out profitably. So now y'all know me. When I'm coming to the charts, I'm marking up previous 3-hour high. Where is my, I'm missing some things here on my chart, but that's all right. Let me see. I need some lines. Here we go. I'm marking a previous 3-hour high and previous 3-hour low. And this is the exact same concept as I just explained. I'm looking for the continuation of candles. I want to know, does the current candle break previous 3-hour high or does it break previous 3-hour low? And the reason I'm looking for that is because on the lower time frames, that's going to be a range. It's going to be support and resistance. So I'm dropping down to the 1-hour time frame. I'm going to pull up my rectangles here. And I'm going to draw support and resistance. And support and resistance is something that's made with candlesticks showing you where resistance was created and where support was created. Hey T, Mary Goldmiss T, Mary Goldmiss chat for all of you that are just coming in. First of all, it's a whole lot of people in here on Christmas morning now. I didn't expect so many people, but I'm glad y'all showed up though. So listen. When you're thinking of resistance, I'm going to pull out, let me see. This should be fine. When you're thinking of resistance and support, I want you to think of a room. I want you to think of being in a room and having a basketball. Imagine you throw that basketball on the ground really hard and it bounces up to the ceiling. Your ceiling is the resistance. Your basketball can't go any higher than what the ceiling allows it to. And once it hits the ceiling, it's going to come right back down to the floor. Think of your floor as support. So your ceiling is resistance and your floor is support and price is your basketball. Okay? This is your ceiling and this is your floor. This is your resistance and this is your support. Your basketball is price. So your basketball is starting off on the floor, you're throwing it down, and then it comes up and it hits your ceiling. Okay? Then it shoots back down and it hits your support. comes back up and it hits your resistance, comes back down, it hits your support. That's how price moves. Now, depending on previous price structure, let's say we have something like this. Let's say there was a previous resistance that was created. Now you have a different ceiling outside of your original ceiling. So let's say you threw your basketball down hard as hell and it broke through your ceiling. Maybe you have a 2-story house and your basketball broke through the ceiling, and now you have a hole in your ceiling, right? And price decides, or your basketball decides to hit the next ceiling that's above it. And then it's going to come down, and it's not going to fall through the same hole that it came through. It's going to create another one, or it's going to create another support where your previous ceiling was. Okay? This is how price moves. It moves from one range. Here's your first range. I'm going to make this yellow. And it moves into your next range. That's it, and that's all. Thank you, 11. I appreciate it. Yo, King J, thank you for the roses. So I'm going to ask now, is there any questions about that? How price moves from one range to the next range, and how support and resistance is being used. I use the 1 hour time frame for support and resistance to draw my support and resistance. It's like a middle ground between lower time frames and higher time frames. Any questions on that? If there's a space between the question was, can there be spaces between the ranges? If there's a space between a range, then that's a whole nother range, most likely. How do you know though? Because your previous price is going to create the resistance, or it's going to create the support. I'm gonna draw out an example for you guys in a second, but I just want to 1 hour is best for this. You can do this on any time frame. It doesn't matter what time frame. I personally just use the 1 hour time frame. It doesn't matter what you use, though. It's the same. I've been trading for a long time. GRG Max, thank you for the rose. Riley, thank you for the daily heart me. Thank you guys for the gifts. I see y'all staying healthy with the daily heart me, with the rose. I see you, love. How long until you usually make profit for an average? Let's keep the questions on support and resistance for me. Isn't it difficult to point out support and resistance of gold while gold is on a strong buy? Yeah, it can be, yeah. What would then be a good sign to enter? We'll talk about the signs to enter in shortly. Sedusa, thank you for the go populars. What conditions need to be met before it moves to the next range? Well, it needs to break out. If it's trading within one range and it's just moving up, it's moving down between the support and resistance, it's going to have to break out either to the upside or to the downside. That's about it. So how do you manage to point out support and resistance? So this is what you look for when you're in a chart. Yes, this is what I'm looking for when it comes down to gold. When I'm coming into the chart, I'm looking for the current range that we're in, and then I'm looking for the next range that we can go into, either whether that's at the top or whether it's at the bottom. Whichever range we can move into next out of the current range. And I'm looking for the breakout of that current range. I've never seen this kind of charting. What is this method? This is breakouts. This is support and resistance and breakouts. Are the ranges the same height? No, not always. No, they're going to be different. Now, what I tend to find is that on gold anyways, ranges are generally the same size. They range anywhere from like 50 to maybe 150 pips on average. On average, let's call it 100 pips. Gold has 100 pip ranges on average. This is the 1 hour chart. Yeah, this is like basic charting, basic basic price structure, basic price analysis is using support and resistance. And if you don't want to use support and resistance, you have supply and demand. You have order blocks. You can use EMAs. You can use, let me just remove all of these. You can use Bollinger Bands. Yo, Sin with the potato and pears. Thank you, Sin. Thank you, T. Just a regular motherfucker. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Draw ranges in higher time frame and can use it in the lower time frame. Yes, because the same information that you have on a higher time frame is the same information that you got on a lower time frame. So now that we have some actual candles up, yo, Sin baby with the potatoes and Paris for the potato. W Sin, thank you, Sin. Thank you so much, love. So with that being said, chat, now that we know how to draw support and resistance, let's identify it on a actual chart. So look at this entire section here. Yo, Los Angeles. Thank you, Los Angeles, for the potatoes and pears. Thank y'all for tapping into that live goal. I really appreciate it. So we have resistance here because price came up and it rejected from this area. Your basketball came up and it hit a ceiling. It hit an area it can no longer continue. Daniel, thank you for the rose. Los Angeles with the potato and pears. Yo, Sin, Los Angeles, crushing it on the live goal. I appreciate y'all. I'm explaining what support and resistance does right now. So starting from this side, okay, price came up and it stopped right here at this area. I'm going to put a little box here. Price stopped right here at this area. And it decided we no longer want to continue up. We're going to move down. As price continued to go, it came down and it came back up. And what did it do? It tapped into the same exact area and it pushed down again. Then it came up to the same exact area and it pushed down again. And if we move this over some, it came up to this area. It came up a little bit higher, but still same general area, and it pushed down again. Then it broke out, created a new resistance up here. Yo, CEO, hold on a second, y'all. We're going to accept this real quick. Yo, see, oh my God. First of all, hold on, chat. Yo, CEO. Yo.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. Let me change this back, chat. I can't even change it. Hold on, or can I? Yo, CEO. Chat, make sure y'all go get CEO Sunshine, man. Amazing energy. Oh my God. Yo, CEO, we in the spirit today, brother. We in the spirit.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, CEO. How you feeling today? We got
Merry
CEO
Christmas
Santa in the building.
Yeah, I'm just going to come home and say Merry Christmas to everybody.
That's right. Merry Christmas, CEO.
I'll see you in a little bit. I'm just getting my room up again.
Okay, bet. I'll see you later, man. Have a good one. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you. Oh, okay, that's CEO. Y'all, that's CEO Sun. Y'all make sure y'all go get him. I was having a hard day one day, and he actually prayed for me, and I think that was so sweet. He's such a sweetheart. Y'all make sure to go get him. Amazing guy, amazing streamer. Very interesting businessman too. If you're interested in some business, y'all make sure to go get him. Real cool guy. All right, chat. So now we were talking about resistance. Price has continuously come up and hit this resistance. It's continuously respected this same area. That's why support and resistance is important, because price tends to respect the same areas over and over and over again. And same thing with the support that was created here. If we draw out a support, how many times was it respected? It was respected here. It wasn't respected here. It was kind of respected here. It was respected here. This wick came down and tapped in, came back up, then it broke it again. And then we created a new support, which is about right here. Price came down, found a new support where it no longer wanted to push any further. Then it went up, started respecting the previous. started respecting a previous support, broke it again, came down and tapped into the exact same support. So now we have a block of multiple ranges. So within future price action, we can respect these same areas again. And that's the point of support and resistance, is where is price possibly going to reverse? Where is it going to reject? Where is it going to respect? Now, one of the key terms that you have probably heard in trading is buy low and sell high. Okay? Now, when you're thinking of buy low, sell high, I want you to think about whatever range that you're in. If you're in this range right here, I want you to think of this range as, yo, Los Angeles with the potato in Paris again. Adelina with the gold populars and the daily heart me. I see you, chat. So when you're thinking of, or when you're in a current range, right? And this is the current range that price is trading within. Thank you, Los Angeles. Thank you, Los Angeles. Yo, Los Angeles filling up the live gold. Thank you so much, love. W Los Angeles, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all. Yo, Los Angeles said, "Mary motherfucking gold, miss baby." That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Los Angeles. So when you're looking at a range that you're trading in, what you should be thinking of is, I need to buy the low of the range and sell the high. Okay? That's what you need to be thinking of. When price moves into another range, let's say you miss the buy at the low of this range and price continues to push up. Let me make this green. Price continues to push up. Oh. Right? You're doing something like this. You move into a new range. Now you have a breakout candle outside of the current range that you were in. You're breaking out, but you're also at the low of an entirely new range. This range here is something you can buy into. You're getting a breakout on top of, you're at the low of the range. You can buy low. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anyone have any questions on that? Because that is like the whole gist of trading, is buying the low of a range or selling the high. Horrible advice, you can get the fuck out, because this is how I've been trading profitably for years. This is how a lot of people trade profitably. Any retest? Yeah, you can retest it. So let's say let's say it continues to push up a little bit, right? Let's say it continues to push up. You feel like it's too high into the range and you've missed your entry. Wait for the retest. Hold on, let's redraw that. Wait for the retest. Wait for it to come back down. You can still buy the low. This isn't how people have traded for as long as y'all know. Break and retest. Every time a candle breaks out of a range, it's moving into a different range. You have to think of it that way. Every time a candle breaks out of a range, it is moving into a different range. So when you see a break and a retest, that retest that people are taking is them buying the low of the range, of the new range that price is trading in. And then once you place your buy, what you can assume is that price is going to move to that, in this case, that next resistance. The very next resistance. And what do we know about support and resistances? That's where price tends to reject from. Okay? So it's the same repeated steps over and over and over again. When will gold market open? Tomorrow, after the holiday. So I hope that makes sense. Does anyone have questions on buying the low and selling the high of the range? Yeah, this is the 1 hour time frame. But these are just basic support and resistance concepts moving into ranges and the new ranges. Have you tried automated trading? That doesn't have anything to do with support and resistance. If I miss your question, just put it in the chat again. Don't spam, just put it in there again. If it breaks with wick, can it consider as a break of range? On the lower time frame, yeah. So remember, a wick is price action on the lower time frames. So what's happening within a wick? So let's take this wick for example. On the lower time frames, if I come down to the 15, that's just a candlestick. And it even has a wick there too. If we move down even further, the wick there, that wick is non-existent. These are candles within that wick. So what's happening on higher time frame candlesticks, on higher time frame wicks, is actual price action on the lower time frames. Okay? So this wick here is completely non-existent on the lower time frames. It's actual price action. So depending on how low of a time frame you're looking for your breakout, yeah, markets are closed, Farzo. Come on now, you know that this is a trading class. So depending on how low of a time frame you're looking for your breakout is dependent on what candlestick you looking to close outside of that range. Somebody asked too, how do you identify a fake breakout or a fake out? How I identify them is I'm waiting for price to break out. Let's make this green. I'm waiting for price to break out. And then if the next candle doesn't break the high, I'm looking for a engulfing candlestick closure back into the range. Like this. This is how I identify fake outs. This candle never came up and broke the previous candle high. It just reversed and came back down, closed back into the range, engulfing, meaning this candle closed bigger than its previous candle, breaking its low and back into the range. And with that, you can say, okay, well, just for examples here, chat. Now I want to take a sell and my target is going to be this next support. This is actually a perfect trade. It's a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, meaning you're risking one to make one. Okay, or maybe in pip talk, you're risking 100 pips. You're risking 128 pips to make 128 pips. Okay, that's how I identify fake outs. Hopefully that made sense. Any questions on breakouts or fake outs? Does an engulfing candle just mean the body is larger than the last candle? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Can we apply this strategy on crypto as well? This is just basic price action. It's not a strategy. It's just price action. It's just support and resistance, standard breakouts, price moving from one range to the next range. This applies to all candlesticks. It applies to all charts. What time frame do you use for the retest? The retest is going to happen on all time frames. All of them. But on higher time frames, maybe it's just the wick that retests into the same area. But on the lower time frames, you're going to actually see the candles moving down, rejecting from the support, and then moving up. Yes, you can trade with TradingView. Thank y'all for the follows. I see y'all tapping in. I'm on a buy, but it will explode up because of... How are you on a buy and the market is closed? Are you holding through Christmas? Do you combine order block strategy as well with support and resistance? You absolutely can. Now that's a strategy. Supply or order blocks and supply and demand, like those are actual strategies that you're using to place your trades. Yo, crypto XRP, I see y'all with the gifts. I appreciate y'all. So if we bought low, we would have lost? What do you mean? What do you think? Will it go higher? Gold is always going higher. Look at the 6-month chart on gold. Cordy, I'm about to block you, bro. Let's continue from the 3-hour range. If I use my parents' ID for KYC, would they get taxed on my payouts? Yeah. Bro, Raven, please. What do you think will happen when the market for gold opens again? That's not what this is about. This is about learning basic price action here. What app you using to stream like this? TikTok Live Studio. So we should wait for the retest before buying. That's up to you. And the only reason I'm ever waiting for a retest is because my stop loss is too big. But we'll get into that too. Gold pays. What's up, Orlan? How you feeling? Mary Goldmiss. On what time frame do you take your trades? I take my trades on the 3-minute. but I'll get into that later. Toy Trader. I got you, Toy Trader. Toy Trader, is that you? Toy Trader, how do I know that's you for real? Toy Trader, what do you come in here and usually say? What do you come in here and usually say so I know that's you? What's the first thing you say when you come in here? Okay, that's you. I got you. Please block these fools. Okay. With anybody with the foolishness, anybody who got something to say, go ahead. Hey, Michael. Gold morning. Mary Goldmiss. Okay, will there be a retest on support level or resistance? So it could be either way. So let's draw an example here of it moving down. Let's say we start moving down. Our support is down here. Well, support is here as well. Once price starts moving below a resistance area, it turns into support, or it turns into resistance actually. So let's say we keep moving down though, right? Let's say we're moving into this area. We move down, we get the breakout candle, right? At this point, unless you're going to put your stop loss way up here, you don't have a stop loss. So let's see how many pips that is actually. Let's say the next area of support is like right here, for example purposes. Let's make this yellow like the rest of them. Let's say it's right here for example purposes. If you decide to take the breakout trade or the breakout candle and your support, this is the most recent area of rejection, which is 9 times out of 10 where you're going to put your stop loss. If you put your stop loss there and you're targeting the next area of support, you have a negative risk to reward ratio. Look at how much you're risking compared to how much you're making, right? Because we're assuming that when price comes down to the support area, it's going to reject off of support like it has in the past, right? Even though we could even say it's right here, actually. Let's say it's right there. So price has rejected this area multiple times in the past. So we can assume that if price starts coming down into this area, it's going to reject here again. So with that being said, let's remove that. So we got the breakout. The point of the retest is to create a better stop loss. Coming back up, retesting this same area that's been respected before, which is now considered a resistance. Next candle coming back down. And let's say you entered your trade at the break of the low of this candle, right? We came up, retested the area, and now we're entering in right here. Short position. Now you have a much smaller stop loss. Okay, do you see it came up? We created a new area of resistance, and now we can target the low or the next support. And now you have a positive risk to reward ratio, almost a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, where you're risking 1 to make 2. Risk is much smaller. That's the point of a retest. And so you have a more decent stop loss. Okay. And it's created a resistance. It didn't push back up. There was no engulfing candle back into the range. And it's breaking the low. There's multiple confluences here. Breakout, retest, new resistance formed, coming down, breaking the low. That's quite a bit of confluence there. And then now we're going to assume that price is going to push into the next support and then possibly reject and look something like this. Does that make sense? As a beginner, is this a good way to start trading and analyzing a chart? Yes. This is what made the most sense to me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to explain it to you guys how it was explained to me initially. And then we're going to move on. Let me move up to the daily maybe. Is the daily good? I want to find a good area that's not just driving. Might have to go somewhere else. Maybe the 3 hour or maybe the 1 hour. This'll do. This'll do. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in here just a bit. And I'm gonna start on this side of the chart. Resistance was created here. Or I'm sorry, support was created here. There was a resistance created here. You had another resistance created here. Resistance right here. You had a support that was created here. Now I want you to look at how we could even move this down some. I want you to look at how price has moved between these ranges so far. This is where we started off at. Price came up, respected or made a resistance, came down, came back up, respected that same resistance, came down, respected the same support that was created. We came up, we made a new resistance, came down, somewhat similarly, almost respected the support. It didn't even really touch into it. Came up, broke out, created a new resistance, came down, respected a previous zone, which was this one. Came back up, respected the same exact resistance it respected in the past, came down, broke out, broke back into a previous range, and then ended up respecting the same area. Came down, it broke out, but then it came back into the range. Then you have this whole, if we move this down just a tad bit, creating an entirely new area of resistance, coming down, respecting the previous support again. Coming back up, respecting previous resistance again. Kind of came up on the higher time frames. I'm assuming that this is just a wick. Then coming back down, respecting the same support, not really breaking through, not really moving into the next range. And it just continues on and on, chat. If we extend these out, respecting the support, the exact same. That's how price moves. It moves. It's an FVG. FVGs are different. FVGs are clean traffic. This is an FVG. The space in between this candle high and this candle low is an FVG. It's clean traffic. But that's not what this is about. If you want to learn FVGs, go look up FVGs. Is this Robinhood? This is TradingView. The point of this is just to show you guys basic price action and how price moves. It moves from one zone to the next. That's it, and that's all. Okay? So with that being said, does anyone have any questions on support and resistance and how price moves? Hold on, why I can't see y'all? There we go. Any questions? Is there anything you can tell us if price will likely break through or respect support and resistance? You just have to wait and see if it does. You just have to wait. Do you use support and resistance alone? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much for me. Yeah. That's all I need for real. The simpler you can keep it, the better off you are. T, thank you for that Santa hat and the Tom Christmas. I appreciate you. Lavish, I see you with the Daily Heart Me. If I missed any gifts at all, thank you guys so much. I see y'all. I got to start back investing soon, man. Get into it. When does support become resistance? So if you have, let's see, let's draw it out. There's a resistance. There's support, and let's say you got another range under there, right? So let me find my little drawing tool, which is where? Is it the extended line? No. I need it. Which one of these is the actual extension? Is it in here? Here it is. Yeah, the path. Okay. So let's say you're trading up here, right? You're trading within this range, and then you come down into the next one. Once you break this range coming down, now this same area that was once support is now resistance. You're moving from one range to the next. That's it. Okay? So once you break out of that support now becomes resistance. It still can be respected as a now resistance. So it's just a zone where there's orders sitting at. That's how you can think of support and resistance. These are areas where orders are sitting. People have orders sitting here. That's what makes the price reject. There's orders sitting here. There's money sitting here. People have orders waiting at these areas. What time frame to draw support and resistance? You can draw it on any time frame. I personally use the 1 hour. No problem, John. I love building and using my support and resistance zone. Mad money to be made. This is how people been doing it for years, chat. This is how they doing it, chat. This is how they doing it. These are secrets for real. Which platform is your TV connected to your trading view? I don't trade on trading view. I trade on Ninja Trader. How do we trade the Malaysian support and resistance? A level, I don't know what that is, his life. It's just basic price action. What time frame do you enter? I enter on the 3-minute. Recommended trading platform? I use Ninja Trader, but there's plenty of trading platforms out there. Support and resistance on higher time frames matters more. Well, yeah, they do. They do. And you should be aware of them. Like I was saying earlier, all of your time frames are giving you the exact same information. Whatever price is at on the daily time frame, it's on that same price on the 5-minute. It doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. It doesn't matter if you're a swing trader or a scalper or a day trader. It doesn't matter. Price is still moving at the same price on all the time frames. And you should be looking at all of your time frames to determine, okay, where are the areas of interest? And the areas of interest are going to be your support and resistance areas, or your supply and demand areas, which is almost the same, your order blocks. It's similar to supply and demand. We're all looking for the exact same things. It's just different names attached to it. So you should be starting off on the daily time frame and asking yourself, okay, well, where's the support and resistance on the daily? Now, when y'all see me come into the charts, I'm usually dropping horizontal lines for the daily support and resistance. But keep in mind that support and resistance zones on the daily are going to be much larger than they are on the 1 hour. Okay? Then I'm coming down to the 4 hour and I'm like, okay, well, what's the support and resistance on the 4 hour? Now, if I draw these out, I guarantee you got a resistance there, and you got support right here, and then you got these wicks too, where these wicks tapped into. Guess what? That's going to be the same areas on the 3 hour. It's going to be the same areas on the 1 hour. The same resistance, the same support, same support, same support, same support. It doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. Okay? You just get a few more extra candles on the lower time frames, and that's really it. All right? So that's about it for candlesticks, y'all. Y'all can take that, simplify it. You can make it more difficult. You can really do what you please with that. We're going to come back to technical analysis in a little bit, and we're going to get to my strategy and how I enter my trades and how I trade. Okay? How do you trade order blocks? Kindly, you gotta look that up on YouTube, okay? But that's just standard price action and how you can start looking at the charts, because when you're zoomed out and you looking at the charts like this, you don't know what's going on. When you're zoomed out like this, you don't know what's happening. Yes, it's overall bullish structure, but you really don't know what's happening right now. Okay? You have to zoom in. You have to zoom in, and that's it, and that's all with basic price structure. So with that being said, chat, I've been on that topic for about an hour now. We're gonna move into the shorter topics like risk management. All right, I'm gonna move this over just a tad, and we're gonna talk about risk management. So, can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can even read that for real. Let me know if you guys can read what's on the screen or not. Because I can't from mine. You can? Okay, cool. Yeah? Mary Goldmiss. All right, everybody say yes. Okay, cool. So the learning objectives, principles of risk management, and this is coming straight from my course too, chat. So y'all really getting it today. Stop losses, position sizing, risk to reward ratios. Developing a personal risk management plan to protect your trading capital. Now, y'all hear me say this at the end of my streams all the time. The goal as a trader should be to protect your capital. You should be protecting your money. You should be protecting what you've invested, what you've made. That's the goal, okay? And that's the purpose of risk management. Now, let's say you have a $1,000 account. 1% of $1,000 is $10. Now, y'all gonna hear it all the time. If you're trading an account, you're trading your personal account, you should be capping your risk at 1 to 2%. There's a reason for that. Now, we already know, I'm sure a lot of us in here have already done it, where we risked 50% of our accounts. We've risked 100% of our accounts, 25% of our accounts, trying to make a quick buck. You can't do it like that. And now, it's okay if you have a flip account that you want to play with, but you should always keep a main account that you're not playing no games with. A main account where you're just risking 1 to 2% of. So let's get into why. So let's say you have $1,000 account and you decide to risk 1% of your account on every trade. That's $10 per trade. That means you would have to take 100 losses in a row to completely blow your account. Who's realistically taking 100 losses in a row? If you're taking 100 losses in a row, you have no clue what you're doing. You need help. You might want to go buy a course or call somebody. 100 losses in a row is ridiculous, right? That's crazy. But by risking 1% of your account, gambling, straight up gambling, right? Like you need some milk, literally. But by risking 1% of your $1,000 account, that means you have 100 chances to either win or lose. Okay? Now let's bump it up to 2% risk on every trade. So 2% of $1,000 is going to be $20. That gives you 50 trades to lose before you blow your account. So if you lose 50 times in a row, your account is gone. Now let's bump that up to 5%. So 5% of $1,000 is $50 per trade. That gives you 20 trades to lose before you blow your account. So the higher you make that risk, the higher you decide to risk on your account, the less chances you have to actually make money. Okay? So when you're thinking of what you're risking on your account, the lower you risk, I'm getting to that, Maksud. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm getting to my strategy, but this is a part of it though. My risk is a part of my strategy. This is a big part of being profitable. So the lower you risk, the more opportunity you have to make a mistake. It'll take you longer, but you'll at least still have capital to play with. And as you develop your strategy and get your win rate up, you can increase the risk. All right. So now let's talk about win rate and risk to reward ratio. So let's say we've been trading with a strategy for 5 months and we've gathered some information. Your account was starting off at $1,000 and you've taken 100 trades. Let's say you won 50% and you lost 50%. All right. That means that you have a 50% win rate, 50% chance of winning a trade and a 50% chance of losing a trade. Now, this sounds like a break-even strategy, but it depends on your risk to reward ratio. So let's say for every trade we've taken, we risk 3% to make 1% of our account. We'd be risking a larger amount to make a smaller amount. Now, y'all remember when I was talking about that and I was saying that, let's see, how could I make this an example? Actually, let's just draw it out like this. Let's say your risk is like this, and this is how much you're making. So if you're taking a sell and you decide, okay, well, the only logical place to put my stop loss is up here, but this is the only logical place to put my take profit. You're risking 3 in order to make 1. You're risking way too much to make a small amount. What it should be is opposite, where you're risking 1 to make 3. Hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense to everybody? Anyone have any questions on risk to reward ratio? Is this AI? No. Oh, fuck. Y'all couldn't even see. My bad, y'all. But does that make sense? Okay, cool. Cool. Let's go back. Not to that, to this. All right. So if you're risking 3% of your $1,000 account, that means you're risking, let me move y'all back over just a tad bit. That means you're risking 30%, or I'm sorry, you're risking $30 per trade, and you're winning 1% of your $1,000 account, which is $10. So you're risking $30 to make $10. That does not make any sense. Okay? That don't make no sense at all. And remember, we took a total of 100 trades, we won 50 and we lost 50. So if we have a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio where we're risking 3 to make 1, risking $30 to make $10, we have 50 wins. We won $10 50 times. That means we won $500, but we lost 50 times as well, meaning we lost $30 50 times. That means we lost $1,500. So if your initial balance was $1,000 and you won 500, which gives you a total of $1,500 in your account, but you lost $1,500, account blown, because you were trading with a negative risk to reward ratio with a 50% win rate. Okay? Y'all keeping up with me here? 50% win rate, negative risk to reward ratio. Yes, okay. All right, let's keep moving here. Stay with me, chat, okay? Stay with me. I promise it. If it's not making sense, it might make sense in a minute. All right, now let's flip our risk to reward ratio where you're risking 1 to make 3. We're now risking 1% to make 3% of our humble 1K account. We've still taken 100 trades with a 50% win rate. We're risking 1% of our $1,000 per trade. So that means we're risking $10 per trade. And we're winning 3% of our $1,000, which is $30 per trade. So remember, we took 100 trades, we won 50 and we lost 50. So we have 50 wins at $30 per win. That means we're adding $1,500 to our account. We won $1,500. We lost 50 times and we only lost $10 50 times, which means we lost $500. So if our initial balance is 1,000, we won 1,500. That gives us a total of $2,500 in our account, and we lost $500. That leaves us with $2,000 in our account. So even though we have a 50% win rate, we still came out profitable by changing our risk to reward ratio. So if you know you have a 50% win rate, and let's say you're a break-even trader, let's say you can't figure out why you're not making any money, I guarantee you it's because of your risk to reward ratio. So if you only focus on the trades where you were making or where it would be a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, then you're going to come out profitable. Even if it's a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, you're going to come out profitable. You can't be profitable with a 50% win rate and a 1 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So your win rate and your risk to reward ratio matters. How much you're risking on those trades matters. That's the only way you can be profitable, chat. This is a numbers game. It's a probability game. The probability is, okay, how often does my strategy win? And we know in this case, the strategy is 50-50, right? 50% of the time we're going to lose. 50% of the time we're going to win. But we're going to use that to our advantage and only take the trades that have a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio or a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. That's the only way we can make profit. Okay? So $1,000 profit made, and that's how you use math to be a profitable trader. So now let's change it up. Example, $1,000 account, 80% win rate, 100 trades, 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So let's say you won 80% of the time at $10. You're risking $10. And this is with a negative risk to reward ratio. But okay, negative risk to reward ratio with a higher win rate. Let's say you got a banging ass strategy. Your strategy is popping. 80% win rate. You out here with the damn thing, right? Still same thing. You've taken 100 trades that you got in your journal, but you're trading with a negative risk to reward ratio. Or you come across a trade with a negative risk to reward ratio where you're risking 2 to make 1. You have 80 wins at $10, making 1% of your trade. You have made $800. You're risking 20%. I'm sorry, not 20%, 2% of your trades of your account. And that gave you, and you lost 20% of the time. That gave you a negative $400 of your account. So 1,000, which is your initial balance, plus the 800 you made off of your 1%, and then minus the 400, which is what you lost off of the 2%. That still gives you a $400 profit. How can you get this PDF? With my course. So that's the only way you can be profitable with a negative risk to reward ratio. So you need a high win rate in order to trade with a negative risk to reward ratio. So your win rate is dependent upon everything. So as you trade and as you journal, you need to be figuring out what that win rate is. And that's why it's so important to journal and not just journal in your little diary. You need a spreadsheet or something that's telling you what your win rate actually is. Wait, the smaller your stop loss, the more profit you gain per tick, right? No. The smaller your stop loss, the smaller amount of money you're going to lose. That's it. I see y'all with the gifts. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys. Any questions on that, y'all? Any questions? Any questions? Mary Goldmiss. Of course, Humble. Of course, man. That's for the community. Got to give back to the community. Even though, for the most part, I do talk about this every day. For the most part, but I'm really breaking it down to y'all. Really, really breaking it down in little pieces here. What's a good strategy? Breakouts and fake outs. That's how I trade. Doing the Lord's work, doing the Lord's work on his birthday. Is this the K I know from Don Vo stream? This is K from Devious. Yes. Devious in the building. Let me find out. Yes. Same K. Moving on up in the world. Teaching now. Yes. Shout outs to Don Vo, man. If y'all don't know, Don Vo was one of my mentors. I'm doing the exact same thing he was doing. Getting on. Y'all know I stayed in Don Vo's chat for years. I was in that chat for 2-3 years. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. This is fire. I'm glad you're appreciating it, child of God. I vibe with you. Let's go, Daniel. Do you do live trading? I'll be live trading tomorrow, Tuesday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. What's the smallest amount you can trade? Get a demo account and see. How do you choose the best stock or commodity to trade with? Choose what you can read, what you're comfortable with. Not the K Slay. We picked 401k as my rap name. Do you have a Telegram? No, I have a Discord. I only trade gold. That's the only commodity I trade. All right, y'all. Let's move on. Stop losses and position sizing. So your stop loss, that's to limit your potential losses and automate trading decisions. When you get on your platform that you're trading on, sorry y'all, I know I'm jingling all over the place, but when y'all get on your broker and you get on your platform, there should be a way to set up automatic stop losses. My stop loss is automatically put in at 100 pip stop loss. Now I'm adjusting that because obviously, for those of you that trade with me in the mornings, I like my stop losses under 70 pips. That's what I'm comfortable with risking. And that's the only thing that's one of my rules, basically. stop loss has to be under 70 pips, and it's at 70 pips because that's an average of gold ranges. That's the average stop loss that I'm seeing on gold as of right now. Please explain pips. I can explain it for gold. So for every dollar that gold moves is 10 pips. So if you look at, I don't know if you guys can see the numbers clearly or not, but every dollar that gold moves is 10 pips. Okay, so right now it's at 44.79. So if it comes down to 44.78, that's 10 pips. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Now, what it is on everything else, I can't tell you. Good luck. You gonna have to figure it out. But that's how it works on gold. All right. And stop losses, they remove emotional bias, and they lock in profits with either trailing stops or auto break even. So your platform should offer you a way to either enter your stop loss in the second you enter into a trade, or at least to where you can move it. I don't like platforms where you have to manually enter in a stop loss or manually enter in a stop limit in order to put in a stop loss. Hopefully that's making sense. I don't think I'm explaining it very, very well, but I use an automated stop loss. On NinjaTrader, it's called an ATM strategy. So when I'm entering a trade, my stop loss is automatically put in at 100 pips, and I just adjust it to wherever my stop loss is, and it's going to be under 70 pips. And so is my take profit. My take profit is set at 50 pips, and then I just adjust it to wherever my actual take profit is based on the next support or resistance zones. And then position sizing. Every instrument that you trade will most likely require a different position size. It's best to determine this on a demo account with the same starting balance as your personal account. So beginners, if you're starting period, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I trade my account correctly? How do I know what position size to trade? Open up a demo account with the same amount of money that you have in your personal account, and then start testing it. Also, keep in mind too that when you're trading on a new platform, or when you're trading period, your platform, you should know your platform like the back of your hand. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't get on that demo account and push every single button on that damn platform. You should know all of the tools in your arsenal. You should know that platform like the back of your hand. A lot of trading is going to be muscle memory. A lot of trading is going to be doing repetitive motions. It's like going to the gym. You're doing repetitive motions over and over and over again to build a muscle. Trading is the exact same thing. You're doing repetitive things day in and day out to build a muscle, whether that be strategy muscles, whether it be emotional muscles, whether it be psychological muscles. You're explaining the same, or you're doing the same things over and over and over again to build trading muscles. Okay, mommy muscles, daddy muscles, however you want to put them. Okay, explain trailing stops. So all right, let's say let me move y'all back over. I'm going to explain trailing stops and auto break evens. So when you enter into a trade, in this case where the trade here is the break of this high, we came up, had a little pullback, created a decent stop loss. We're taking the break of the high of this candle here, right? That's the entry. Shooting for the high, whatever this is up here. Stop loss down here. Now, me personally, when a trade gets 10 pips in profit, I'm moving my stops to break even. I'm taking all risk off of the charts. I'm taking all risk off the table. Once I'm in profit, I don't want to risk shit else. Okay? Had to say hi to my wife, Jason. Listen, you gonna get me in trouble. Okay? You gonna get me in trouble. Love you, baby. You gonna get me in trouble for real now. All right, but listen, chat, we gonna keep moving forward. Please, it's Christmas Day. That's what I'm saying. It's Goldmas, chat. It's Goldmas. Look, I ain't trying to be in trouble on Goldmas. But all right though, look. So when I'm 10 pips in a profit, I'm taking all risk off the table. And I recommend that this is something that y'all implement in your strategies too. It don't have to be at 10 pips. Amen. Okay. It don't have to be 10 pips, but it should be something. Maybe it's 50 pips, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30. Whatever works better for you on whatever you're trading. But a trailing stop, let's say you did move your stop to break even. And as candles close, maybe you're putting your stop loss at the low of each candle that closes. So you could move your, trend line is fine. So as you move up, maybe your stop loss is now going to be at the low of this candle. And then that candle closes, or the next candle closes, and you're going to put it at the low of this candle. Once that candle closes, you're going to put your stop loss at the low of this candle. At that point, we've hit take profit and you're out, right? That's how trailing stop losses work for the most part. You're just moving it up as you move into profit. So you're securing profit. So as your stop loss moves up in profit, once price comes back down to hit that stop loss, it's going to close your trade out and it's going to close out in profit. Hopefully that makes sense. But it's something you should be testing too. When you're starting off and you're on that demo account, test the trailing stop. See how it works. Build that muscle. Yeah, it's smart. I don't use a trailing stop. I don't like it. I would prefer to try to secure full take profit. That's what I've tried to do my entire, maybe like last 4 years of trading. I'll move stops to break even. I'd rather hit break even or hit full take profit. That's how I like it personally. So there's that, right? That's pretty much the gist of risk management, chat. Your risk management is based off of your risk to reward ratio, your win rate, where you're putting your stop loss, and what your contract size is. You shouldn't be over risking. You shouldn't be over leveraged. You shouldn't. First of all, let's talk about leverage for a second. Under no circumstances should you be trading a 1 to 1,000 leverage on your trading account. Okay, that's ridiculous. You are way over leverage, and that's a tactic brokers use to get you to spend your money with them. Okay, or to get you to put your money in there with them. 1 to 50, 1 to 100 is all the leverage that you need. Okay, please keep that in mind, chat. And if you can't be responsible with the amount of leverage that you're given, look it up, JC. Look it up. It's basically more money. It's more money that your broker gives you. It's leverage. You're leveraging your account. You're leveraging your cash. But if you go into the negative on a leveraged account, you're gonna owe that broker money. 1 to 500, ridiculous. You don't need that. You don't need that. Okay? Yeah, it's a front. It's a loan, basically. And you need to keep in mind that you got to pay that loan back. All right? So, yeah, you shouldn't be leveraged. If you're going to use leverage, you shouldn't be leveraged more than 1 to 50 or 1 to 1,000. Or, I'm sorry, 1 to 100 on your account. I only use 1 to 100. 1 to 500 go crazy. Yeah, so does 1 to 1,000. But that loss going to go crazy too, and you can't trade no more because you owe your broker. That shit is, that's wild. So be responsible. I'll talk about prop firms in a second. Y'all know I got something to say about a prop firm. So anyways, let's move on to journaling, chat, because this is going to be important. This is really important to your trading career. So let's say you're starting out as a trader. Can you guys see my screen pretty clear? Yeah. You're starting out as a trader. Maybe you're testing out multiple strategies. Maybe you're testing out multiple setups. You're testing out multiple sessions, right? You have your New York session, your Asian session, and your London session. And the sessions are just when banks are opening up around the world, because obviously we're all at different times or in different time zones. So right now it's the New York session. The next session coming up is going to be Aussie session. Next session after that is going to be Asian session. That's when Aussie and Asian sessions, or when Aussie and Asian banks are opening. And then the next session after that is going to be London session, when London banks are opening up. So the purpose of your journaling is to see what works and what don't work. You're going to hear a lot as you study, is to cut losses. Your journal is how you're going to cut losses. Cutting losses doesn't mean that when you're in a trade, you want to exit your trade early because you're in drawdown. That's not what that means. I use my own personal journal. The link is in my bio if you're interested. But this is just a journal example to show you guys what the journal is used for and how you should be using a journal. That little diary that you have, your cute little diary with your purple and pink pens and stuff, throw that in the trash. Okay, that's not going to help you. You need to learn how to make a spreadsheet, or you need to purchase a trading journal software that's going to give you these exact same points of data. So I have a name. I'm interested in what quarter my trades are taken in. I'm interested in how many trades I've taken. I'm interested in the date that I've taken my trades. I'm interested in the pair that I've traded. I'm interested in the session I've traded. I'm interested in whether I took a buy or sell. I'm interested on what setup I traded. I'm interested in what kind of entry I took. I'm interested in how many pips I made and whether it was a win, loss, or a break even. This is Google Sheets. You can use Excel, same thing, but it's important that you learn how to use a spreadsheet, though, in my opinion, because then you can adjust it to whatever you're interested, whatever questions you have, your spreadsheet can answer them. So if you have never learned how to use a spreadsheet, there's a billion YouTube videos on how to make one. So in this case, this is just a mock trading journal here. So in this case, we have the dates. We're trading in Q1. We're trading gold and Bitcoin. We're trading New York session, Asian session, and London session. We're taking buys and sells. The setups are your elements, which is fire, air, water, and earth. And we have different entry types here. And we're looking at win, losses, and break evens. So now I'm going to move y'all over into the stats section. Now, when it comes to your journal, what you should be looking for is what works and what doesn't work. Can y'all see this clearly? Now, some of y'all have heard me explain this before. So your total win rate for these strategies is 75%. You've taken a total of 20 trades. You've won 9 trades. You've lost 5, and you have 6 break-even trades. You've caught a total of 154 pips. So your strategy is actually profitable. You're doing all right. But let's get into the details. So you have a fire strategy, an air strategy, an earth strategy, and a water strategy. Can y'all see this clearly? Let me know if you guys can see this clearly. Can I get that spreadsheet? This isn't, it's just something I'm explaining. I don't have it in the link in my bio. You can see it clearly? Okay, cool. So on the fire setup, or the fire strategy, you took a total of 8 trades and you caught a total of 130 pips. Mind you, the entire pip total that we caught was 154. Just on the fire strategy alone, we caught 130. We took 5 wins and 2 losses. So the win rate for the fire strategy is 84% win rate. On the air strategy, we took a total of 6 trades. We caught -6 pips. We took 1 win, 13 pips caught, and we took 2 losses, -19 pips caught. The win rate is, -3.8%. It's in the negative on the air strategy. Earth strategy, we took a total of 4 trades. We caught 30 pips, 3 wins at 40 pips, 1 loss at -10 pips. Win rate is 19%. Water strategy, we took a total of 2 pips, or I'm sorry, a total of 2 trades, 0 pips caught. There were no wins and no losses. Both trades were break even. What strategy should you remove? You feel me? Not true. What's up with that fire strategy, right? Which one should you remove though? Where should you cut losses at? Air, exactly. This is what you use your journal for, to see what works and what don't work. It's going to be real hard to do this on your cute little diary that you've been writing in. You need a spreadsheet to tell you what work and what don't work. Where am I losing and where can I cut them losses out? Okay? And just how you did it with your strategies, you need to do it with your sessions too. So in New York session, we took a total of 7 trades. Win rate in New York session is 90%. You took 5 wins and 1 loss and 1 break even in New York. In Asian, negative 9%. Took a total of 7 trades. You caught negative 14 pips. That's trash, man. You took 1 win for 10 pips. You took 2 losses for negative 24 pips. In London, you took a total of 6 trades. Pips caught 28. Wins 3. You caught 43 pips. 2 losses, you caught negative 15 pips. Win rate is 18%. Which session are you done trading in? Where are you cutting your losses? Anybody? Asian, right? That's how you cut losses, and that's how you use your journal, chat. That's it, and that's all. It don't get no more simple than that. And you can, the stats though, or what you're testing is all of this though. Same thing with the pair. How often did I win on gold compared to Bitcoin? Which one is better? Do I win more on gold or do I win more on Bitcoin? Do I win more taking buys or do I win more taking sells? Even though I don't recommend that you really do that, whether it be a buy or a sell, I think you can win pretty much evenly, whether you're taking buys or sells. Don't sleep on Asia. This is just an example. If your journal says that you win more in Asia, then just trade Asia. Why would you trade anything other than where you're winning? Don't do what you're losing, or don't do what you're losing at. If you're losing in a certain section, then stop doing that. So if you're losing in Asia, don't trade Asia. If you're losing in New York, don't trade New York. Trade where you're winning at. Make your money where you're winning at and cut them losses out. It's going to save you. First of all, it's going to save you money. It's going to save you stress. And it's going to save you time. Because first of all, why are you trading all 3 sessions anyways? Right? The goal of trading should be time freedom. Y'all know me, I trade 2 hours out the day. And that's it. After that, I'm done. I'm not trading no other sessions outside of the first 2 hours of New York. Okay? And that's it. That's it, chat, for journaling. Any questions on journaling? Talk about risk management. I had a whole segment on risk management. A whole segment, bro. Like a whole thing. We went over risk management immensely. Hello, do you take partials while in profit, or you just wait for full take profit? Yeah, I do take partials on some accounts. 1% risk to 3% profit, or more. Or more. How do you get that writing on the candles? What writing on the candles? Could you share your journal again? Well, this is my journal. This is how I have my journal set up. This is the version 2. The version 1 is in the link in my bio. I will be releasing this soon. This is how I use my journal. Same exact thing. This is a journal that's not fully built yet. Before I started using this journal, I had a Notion journal, which I'll pull up for y'all. This is my Notion journal. Same exact thing, same exact pinpoints that I'm looking for, what kind of account it was, the date, the pair, whether it was a buy or a sell. Can I move this over, or can I just make it, do I have to just make it bigger? Both of my journals though, both of my journals are mixed together. I have a total of 170 trades between the 2 journals. My win rate on the first 117 trades of these journals was 70% win rate. And I'm sitting at, where's my journal? I'm sitting at 80% win rate on this one. This journal has a total of negative 144 pips out of like 50 trades. And where'd Notion go? And on this one, I have a total of 913 pips caught. So all in all, this journal, I started this July 8th, 2024. So I'm sitting at around 700 pips in profit within the year and a half, maybe. So between these two journals, pretty much still just trading my main strategy, which is egg rolls and chopsticks. Some breakouts, some liquidity. Mainly breakouts are going to be higher time frame. Yeah, higher time frame breakouts instead of my usual 3-minute. Some of these were liquidity grabs. Some, I think, spring roll. I don't even remember what the fuck that was. Fake outs on a higher time frame. Let's see, what else? What else did I have in here? That's probably about it for real. Because at the end of it, egg rolls and chopsticks are what worked for me the most. So everything else got cut out. And I just stuck to egg rolls and chopsticks, which y'all see me trade now. Very rarely am I going to trade outside of an egg roll or a chopstick, which we are about to get into. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Oh, no, I do. We're talking about psychology now. Let's talk about psychology. When it comes down to the psychology of trading, let's move this back over so y'all can have a chart to look at. When it comes down, and I'm just going to sit back and talk at this point now, chat. Yes, Dr. Ben, what's up? Because I've never heard of the way you name your setups. They're just random names. They're just random names for patterns that I see consistently in the charts. So I'll get into my strategy shortly and explain what egg rolls and chopsticks are. And it's also, I do recommend that it's something that you guys do too. When you guys come across a pattern or some kind of a strategy that you have, I highly recommend that you name them. Make your strategy your own. Egg rolls and chopsticks, baby, y'all know the deal. But I highly recommend that y'all make them your own. And I'm going to get into why right now with psychology. When it comes down to psychology of trading, chat, a lot of the times what makes us, we know the downfalls of traders: over trading, greed, what else? Over risking. And why are we doing that? Because we're trying to make money. A lot of the times we get into trading because we're in need of funds. We need money. Revenge trading, that too. Your emotions, right? But why are we doing that? That's the question of or the psychology part of trading, is why are we doing these things? And a lot of the time it's because we need money. Fear, well, yeah, fear of what though? Being broke. Like what are the real stop talking about me. I'm talking to all of us. I'm talking to me too. Look, listen, one thing I'm gonna say, but before I continue, no matter how good of a trader you are, you're still gonna have emotions. Your emotions are never going to go away, but you're gonna build the emotional muscle to deal with them better. You're gonna repetitively do the same things over and over again until you find out what works and what don't. And eventually you're gonna make the decision, okay, I'm not going to do these things anymore. Even though I still feel the emotion, my heart is still beating fast when I enter into a trade, when I'm in drawdown, but I know what to do now and I know what not to do. So I'm not going to react on my emotions, okay? The emotions ain't going to go away. Don't let nobody convince you that you're not going to have any emotion the better of a trader you are. It don't work like that, okay? So now continuing on, the why of why you're over trading and why you're greedy, why you're revenge trading. You want to make money. And why do you want to make money? Because your job probably fucking sucks. Your 9 to 5 is trash. You hate your boss. You hate your coworkers. You make trash money. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You can't save anything, and if you can save, you don't save. That's why you are making these decisions 9 times out of 10, is because your life fucking sucks and you're not making no damn money. And you're using trading to try to make that money. Tell me I'm wrong, chat. Tell me I'm wrong, though. That's why, realistically. So Now, a lot of people, hold on, y'all. I got to turn these goddamn lights off on my sweater. All this blinking. Okay, that's better. That's better. Just a solid light. That's better. So now, how do you remove these factors out of your life, right? That's the next concept. Okay, obviously, I'm trading because I want to make more money. What if instead of trading to make more money, you make more money and then use trading to multiply your money? That's how trading should be used. You have to think of your trading account as a long-term investing account, even as a day trader. If you decide, you know what, I'm going to go get me a better skill so I can make more money and I don't have to stress about money. When you remove the stress of money, then you can focus on the charts with a clear head. You don't have to chase trades no more. You can sit back and wait for your strategy or whatever trades you looking for to come. You can wait for those A plus setups. You don't have to take B plus and C minus trades because you already got some money in the bank. You not chasing shit. You ain't overworking. You not sitting here New York, Asian, and London trying to look for a trade because you already got money. Yeah, trading requires a clear mind, a calm mind. And how else could you be calm when you know your rent due? You know how many messages I get? Yo, Kay, I need to make money because I need to pay my rent. We 3 days away from the first and they messaging me about their rent. How can I make trading pay my rent? I got $100, Kay. How can I make my rent with this $100? Chat, you got to get your finances in order. I have a post that says I thought trading would save me. Trading don't save you. Poor financial habits is actually what's breaking you for real. For real, for real. And also, if you study traders long enough, you'll see that a lot of traders that went full time, they had their bills saved up for the next 3 to 6 months before they decided to quit their job. They was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a cushion. Some traders even had a year's worth of bills saved up before they decided to go full time. It don't say trading don't save you. It don't. You need to save yourself. Is really what I'm trying to say. Until you start making better financial habits, until you start learning skills that can actually pay your bills and reduce the stress, get you a job that you fucking like, that you're not trying to run away from. Until you do that for yourself, you're going to be stressed. You're going to still hate that job. You're still going to be chasing trades. It's going to be hard. You making it hard on yourself until you make these decisions. Now, I talk about this website quite a bit. It's called edX. I'm about to pull it up for y'all. Hopefully, I don't get a restriction, but y'all can go on here and you can take full college courses for free. Full college courses. They got AI and digital transformation classes, sustainability, leadership and interpersonal skills, business management and strategy, data science and analysis. This pays $100K a year. Education, finance, investment, and real estate, paying over $100K a year. Healthcare and well-being, you might want to actually go get a college degree for that. HR and talent management, $100K a year. Information technology and cybersecurity, $100K a year. If you making $100K a year from your job, I promise you probably not complaining that much about your job. Shit, if you making $50K from your job, you probably not complaining that much about your job. You making money and you can fund your account. Your bills is paid. Kids got Christmas gifts under the tree. You could pay, you got you a little car now. Politics, economics and law, marketing, sales and design. This is another $100K a year. Project management, operations and supply chain, $100+K a year. These are all college courses you can take for free. And I mean full college courses. These are these are months long, literally months long courses. A lot of people get on this site. You can learn how to code on this site. Harvard This is Harvard's computer science class. You can take it for free. Harvard. Computer science, coding. You can learn how to code programs for free from Harvard. Tell me you gonna be stressed about bills, man. Tell me you finna be stressed, chat. You don't have to be. It's ways out here. Use YouTube University. What if you already have the degree but not getting hired? Start lying on that damn resume. For real. Start lying. Tell them you got some experience, but be able to show that you got experience. Now, when it comes down to coding, that's a huge thing, right? We're in the technology age, realistically. Need to lie for real. Yeah, lie on that damn resume. Lie. Tell them, but show them though too. Like, be like, hey, yo, look, here's 3 websites I built. Have the experience. Show what you can do. It's called edX. Can someone put it? Never mind, I'll do it. I think it's edX.org. But look, y'all will be able to find it. Y'all will be able to find it. If you get yourself a higher paying skill, you can focus on trading for a couple hours a day. You don't have to sit on the charts and study all damn day long. That's unnecessary. Thank you, Victor. Let me pin yours. That's the full thing. You don't have to sit on the charts all day long to learn how to trade, chat. It's unnecessary and you wasting time. Trading should be a time freedom kind of thing. Okay? And with that time freedom, go get you a better skill. Quit Walmart. Well, go get you a better skill and then quit Walmart. Or quit whatever you're doing. And go get a better skill. That's what I did, chat. That's how I got into HVAC. HVAC pays pretty damn decently. All right? I ain't got to worry about much bills is covered. I can fund my account continuously. I can take my girl out to dinner. I can have me a good time. I can catch me a flight if I want to. Go get you a better skill. All right? Stop working these stupid ass jobs that don't pay what you worth. You working hard as hell. You trying to catch overtime. Fuck that. Go get you a better paying skill. Take you a few months. Go to school. If you can't afford going to school, or if you want you something, better than what edX offers or better than what YouTube University offers, go to school. Go. There's programs that are only 12 months long. There's so many things that you could do. Why is gold not moving? Because it's Christmas. Where are you at to where y'all don't know that it's Christmas? Happy holidays, Miss Dasha. Merry Gold, Miss. So that's how you fix your psychology, chat. Start making money outside of the charts and you ain't gonna be stressed over this. Your heart gonna beat a little bit slower when you enter a trade. You gonna remove that stress by minimum 60%. You gonna remove that over trading by a whole lot because you already got some money. No, I didn't learn HVAC from this website. I'm the type, I like to work with my hands. I actually went to school for HVAC. I paid for it. I like to work with my hands. I like to fix stuff. Do you offer training? Links are in my bio for training in my course. But yeah, chat. That's really how you fix your psychology when it comes down to making money. It's a lot of the time we're just here to make money. And that's why we're here. Make money outside of charts so you can focus on the charts with a clear mind. Also, there was something else I wanted to say too. What was it? I done just lost my train of thought. That's the money portion. Thank you, Urban Pastry, for the hat and the mustache. Yeehaw. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for the gifts. If I missed any gifts at all, thank you guys so much. I see y'all. I appreciate you. Talk about prop firms. All right, let's talk about prop firms real quick. Same thing. Same low key the same topic, because especially as a beginner, If you know damn well you are not where you need to be in trading, why the fuck are you buying prop firms back to back? You buying prop firms, losing the challenges, buying another one, losing the challenge, buying another one, losing the challenge. These prop firms got y'all by the fucking nuts, man. Literally. They got y'all by the balls, bro. Why are you paying for something that you can do for free? You ain't making no money anyways. Get a demo account. A prop firm is short for proprietary firm, meaning that they give you funds to trade and you split the profit on what you make. That's basically what it is. And they don't always pay out. That's a whole nother thing. But I'm talking to my beginners who can't even get to a payout. They're just consistently buying challenges over and over and over and over again. Why are you not putting that money aside? This also goes into saving your money and putting money away and being financially responsible. Why are you fucking your money off on these prop firms knowing damn well you can't pass? You trading on hope and wishes. Literally, you just hoping and praying that you pass this challenge. You over risking, you not trading it right. Just hoping. Yes, gold is closed. I'm holding a class right now. If you show up on time, chat, dang it, show up on time. Do you do new construction or service side? More so service side, but we be building things too. There's plumbing involved in HVAC. There's all kind of things involved in HVAC. Get off the charts. This is a class. I'm teaching a class right now. Shut the fuck up and listen. Anyways, what are some good demo accounts? Your broker should offer a demo account. TradingView has a demo account. Get yourself a demo account and just practice. Practice a strategy. Build that journal up. Pimping ain't easy. Listen. Build that journal up and see what works and see what don't work. Trade the demo account for 100 trades and see what your win rate is. It's not possible to pass a funded account. It's possible. But as a beginner, though, you're going to have a real hard time. Like I said, you're going to be trading it on hopes and wishes. Learn how to trade first. Get on the demo account where you can trade it for free and just learn. Urban Pastry, thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you for the hat and mustache. Yeehaw. I appreciate you. Some people use AI indicators and auto trading so they don't know how to trade. I mean, that works too. It doesn't matter how you trade, but you still need to know how to work that stuff. You still need to know how to do it profitably. You need to sign up with a broker, JP. I appreciate that, Urban Pastry. I appreciate you. The market is live. No, it isn't. Gold ain't moving at all. Literally, it's been at the same price since Christmas started. The chart is off. This is just a standard class. I'm just teaching y'all basic trading rules, trading regulations and stuff. What's your opinion on signal groups? Signals ain't gonna help you. Signals ain't gonna help you. The only thing that's gonna help you is to get off your ass, show up to the charts every day and trade. If you want to be a trader, you need to make the decision to be a trader. That means you need to show up every day like a trader does. That means you can't over risk. That means you can't over leverage. It means you can't revenge trade. If you want to be a trader, then you need to be a trader and you need to consciously make this decision. Okay, I'm going to be a trader now. I'm going to be a winning trader at that. I'm not going to keep making these same mistakes. And it may take you some time, but you need to make that decision. It needs to be a talk that you need to go stand in front of the mirror and be like, yo, listen, look, self, I can't do this shit no more. I need to get me a better skill. I need to get better with my finances. I'm going to stop going out every weekend. I'm going to put that money away. I'm going to put it into my trading account and I'm going to lock the fuck in. Just change that to 1 to 100 because that's all you need. That's what I'm talking about, unknown. You need to lock in with yourself, chat. Lock in with yourself. All right? Fuck the prop firms. Fuck the fake money because that's really what it is. Fake money. You sound like you're getting sick or still waking up. Actually, I'm barely breathing because I'm talking so much. Like I'm actually losing circulation because I'm talking so much. But I don't have too much more to say. I'm gonna go over my strategies, and then we're gonna wrap this up. But yeah, lock in. Stop chasing everything else. Lock in on what you're here to do, which is to build yourself a personal trading account and trade your personal funds. Because at the end of the day, that's everyone's goal with a prop firm. Get the prop firm, get the money and put it into your personal account. Now I'm giving you a way to do that without the prop firm. Fuck the prop firm. Use prop firms when you know how to trade. Go get yourself a better skill, a better job that you don't hate. Fix your psychology. Put the money into your personal account. Start building that personal account now, even if it's small. Build it now. Stop waiting. Stop waiting on the prop firms, because before you know it, prop firms gonna be banned. The prop firm you using is gonna close. I've seen this happen multiple times. It's happened to me. I'm trading a 100K prop firm and the bitch closes before I can get a payout. That shit is trash, bro. I done spent all this money and now y'all gonna close? And I'm this damn close to a payout, man. Fuck y'all. Fuck that. I ain't doing that shit. Fuck that. No. Prop firm, proprietary firm. Look it up. Because I've already explained it. You can build $10 into 200. Yeah, you can. You can build 200 into 2,000. You can. It's gonna take you a little time, but you can. Prop firms are a scam. Not necessarily. Not all of them. They're not necessarily a scam, but like I said, they got y'all by the nuts, man. For real. Y'all spending all this money. Realistically, the money that y'all see from prop firms, or the people who do get payouts, the money that they're seeing, is coming from the people who failed challenges. That's where it's coming from. It ain't coming from you trading this account and them copying your trades. They can't afford to copy y'all trades because half of y'all can't trade correctly. You lose one trade and whole account gone, for real. That's why they put these limits on there. 5%, 8% limits. Actually, I think it's 5% a day or 5% overall, right? That's all the max you can lose. They not copying y'all trades to make money. They taking this money from the failed challenges. Y'all. Realistically. So yeah, that's a part of psychology too, and a part of you making better financial decisions. The better financial decisions y'all make, the better off you're going to be on the charts. All right. That's just that, chat. Now, with that being said, are there any questions? I'm about to get into this strategy real quick and how I personally trade. Can you give a perspective on which account to trade on overall? What do you mean, Urban Pastry, which account to trade on overall? Look, listen, if you want to trade prop firms, I can't tell you what to do. I can only say what I say. I can only give you, now I'll come back when you're sober. I don't drink and I don't smoke, so I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Literally. Like, mods, can we block this person? Never mind, I got it. I got his ass. Fuck that. Anyway. Hey Kay, Merry Christmas. I hopped on late. Will this be recorded on YouTube? Yeah, I'm gonna download this and put it on YouTube later on today. But listen, I can't convince you to stop trading prop firms. But what I hopefully could do is at least convince y'all to start up that personal account. If you want to trade prop firms every time, thank you for the heart signal. Thank you, Space Bro. I see y'all. Obu Beauty, thank you for the daily harmony. DJ for them roses. I see y'all. Thank you. At least start up your personal account. If you can buy a prop firm, yeehaw, thank you, Urban Pastry. If you can buy a prop firm account, take the same amount of money and put it into your personal. Jay-Z said something. He said, if I can't buy it twice, I can't afford it. So if you can't buy that prop firm and put the same amount of money into your personal account, you can't afford that prop firm. Okay? That's the best advice that I can give y'all, is just go ahead and start that personal. Even if you don't have enough money in there to trade yet. Personal account with which broker? I use Ninja Trader personally. But that's up to you on what you decide to trade. It depends on where you are in the world, who you can trade with. It depends. Do you believe it's possible growing small accounts like $300? Yes. I started my account with $300. And then I continuously deposited $300 every paycheck. You can do it, chat. Use your skills to help build that account up. You don't have to just depend on trading. Use that job. Keep depositing. Build that account up as much as you can. But most accounts require a $1,200 amount to start, such as Charles Schwab. Okay, so don't focus on Charles Schwab. There's other accounts that are more like $100. Forex accounts, $10. I know I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm working on it, but I ain't there yet. Yes, I use NinjaTrader. Yes, like a real account. Love that it's Christmas and I'm not the only one thinking about charts. Man, we always thinking about the charts. Always. How long you been learning to trade then? I've already learned how to trade. I've been trading. I've been looking at charts for 15 years of my life. I'm 31. I started looking at charts when I was 15. At that time, I was more so concerned about stocks. Then it moved into futures and then into Forex. Then at some point I was in options and then back to Forex, and now I'm strictly on futures because this is where I can trade gold. I've been trading gold solely for like the past 3 years. I've been trading in the Forex type space for the last 5 to 6 years. Been trading profitably for the last 3 years. Is gold opening with a gap? I don't know. My crystal ball is in the mechanic shop right now, so I can't tell the future as of now. Just give me a little time for it to get out, all right? I can pull out my tarot cards if you want me to. Last time I pulled out my tarot cards, we said that gold was going up, and that's exactly what it did. As a matter of fact, chat, for my chat that was here, do y'all remember when I pulled out them tarot cards and I said gold was going up? Gold broke all-time highs the very next day. Yo, you know what? Might be something to them tarot cards on the chart. Might be something to it. All right, let's get into the strategy. Let's get into that. What time of day do you have to trade? I trade the first 2 hours of New York session. So from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, before you come to the charts chat, make sure you check the damn news. Okay? Check the news. Make sure you know what's happening on the news before you start placing trades. You don't ever want to be in a trade and there's news coming. I did this shit yesterday on accident. I checked the news and still got into the damn trade. Please don't do what I did. Now, there's going to be times you make mistakes. I make mistakes too. There's going to be times where there's technical errors on the chart, personal errors on the chart, psychological mistakes that you make. You're never going to be perfect when it comes down to the charts, okay? Keep that in mind for me. It's never going to be perfect. Now, let's get into my strategy. I trade egg rolls and chopsticks. I'm going to draw this out for y'all. Actually, I want a lot of space here. I want a lot of clean space. That's cool. You believe the electrons matter? The elections matter on trading? Keep this in mind. A trading cycle, in my opinion, is every election cycle. If you can stay on the charts long enough to watch multiple election cycles or presidential cycles, you're gonna notice some patterns. Look at the first February after every election. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Look at the first February after every election. Certain quarters, even certain years out of the election. Electional, is that a word? Y'all know what I'm talking about though. Electional cycle. Thank you, Space Bro, for the snow globe. I appreciate you, love. All right, chat. When I'm coming to the charts in the morning, Low key, I should have made these gray. Let me make these a different color. We're gonna make these blue or something. Let's make the support and resistances blue. Now keep in mind, we've already discussed how support and resistance is being created. We know that they're being created from support and resistance areas that were made in the past, or even the current ones. Yo, Slice, yo, thank you for the marvelous confetti. I appreciate you, love. So I'm just gonna draw out some candles here. Y'all are more than welcome to ask questions if you got them while I'm doing this. I'm just trying to get it set up here a little bit so I can start explaining my strategy and how it works. And what I'm looking for. The 3-minute entry, yes. Yes, indeed. You know me. What about AI? What about it? It's coming up. Why not just use the real charts? Because it's going to be better for me to explain it this way. If you want to see me trade this exact same strategy on the real charts, show up tomorrow. It's going to be the exact same thing. Okay? So listen, when I'm coming to the charts at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is the current range. All right? I want y'all to imagine, picture it. 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is the current range that we're sitting in. This is a 1-hour range. And I'm looking at the resistance that was created here. We came up, we rejected this area, came down. We rejected this area and created a new support. We came up and now we're tapping into a new resistance. What I'm looking for on the 3-minute time frame is a breakout. Actually, let me add this in here as well. Also, one thing I do mark up is previous 3-hour high and previous 3-hour low, which is usually about the same area of the range that I'm trading in. Previous 3-hour candle usually makes up the current range that we're coming into the charts trading. So the dashed line here, imagine that to be previous 3-hour candlestick, high and low. All right. What I'm waiting for is a 3-minute candlestick closure, breaking previous 3-hour high or previous 3-hour low. I'll explain this going in both directions. A 3-minute candlestick breakout. That's what I'm waiting for. That's it, and that's all out of the 1-hour range. A 3-minute candlestick. Now, in this case specifically, if my stop loss is down here under the most recent swing, and my take profit or my entry point is at the high of this 3-minute candle, let's see what that looks like. Stop loss down here below most recent low, and take profit is up here. That's a negative risk to reward ratio. I can't do that. So in this case, I'm going to have to wait for a pullback. Now that pullback, it may even come down a little further. It may come down into the range some. It may look something like that. It has then created me a better stop loss. And if I take my trade at the high, where's what I'm looking for right here? If I take my trade at the break of the high and put my stop loss here at our new support that was created and target the next resistance, now I have a risk to reward ratio of a 1-to-2. Okay, so sometimes you have to wait for the pullback in order to take your trade. You can't always take the most recent. Also, keeping in mind too, I'm not taking a trade that doesn't provide me a stop loss that's under 70 pips. So in this case, specifically, the stop loss is 38 pips. That fits perfectly into my strategy. So my rule is I need a 3-minute closure outside of the range. I need a stop loss under 70 pips. And I need a positive risk to reward ratio. It can also, yo, space bro with the sparklers. I also need for my strategy, my win rate is high enough to where I can trade a 1-to-1. I don't trade a negative risk to reward. It's just 1-to-1 risk to reward minimum. So as long as I have a 1-to-1, I'll take the trade. As long as that stop loss is under 70 pips, I'll take the trade. Okay? And then same thing. I'm going to make a different example here coming down to the downside. So let's say we start moving down. Moves down, moves down. Let's say we create a resistance area here. Thank you, Ricardo. I see y'all with the gifts. I appreciate y'all. Now here's the same 3-minute closure below the range, breaking previous 3-hour lows. Mary Gold, Miss Ricardo, Mary Gold, Miss Isaiah. So here's your same 3-minute closure. Now in this case, we have a stop loss that we could use right here, where we had a little pullback within our downward trend. Okay. What does that trade look like? If I enter the trade at the low of this candle and I put my stop loss here at the most recent swing and I'm targeting the next support, this gives me a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Stop loss in this case is 81 pips. Let's say it was 70, just for shits and giggles. This is a trade I could take. Now, realistically, this is a trade I can't take because it's over my stop loss limit. It's at 81 pips. I want to stop. That's less than 70. So let's move it down, shall we? Let's move these down some. Let's say it's right here instead. Now my stop loss is at 67 pips. I'm risking 67 pips to make a total of 92. That's over over a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I can take this trade. So all I'm looking for, chat, on an egg roll play. This is an egg roll candle. It's a 3-minute 6-7. This is a 3-minute breakout. 3-minute breakout of a 1-hour range. Some people call this the orb strategy. Opening range breakout. That's all this is. So we came in. This was the opening range. All I'm doing is waiting for the 3-minute breakout. Sometimes I have to wait for a stop loss to be created. Sometimes I have to wait for a smaller stop loss to be created. But that's the gist of the strategy for the egg roll. Now, when we get into chopsticks, let's talk about chopsticks. So that's the breakout, the egg roll. A chopstick play is the fake out back into the range. The fake out never broke the low of that breakout candle. Instead, it reversed and engulfed the previous candle, the breakout candle or the egg roll candle, and closed back into the range. At that point, that's a fake out. It is a false breakout. Okay? At that point, I'm looking for a buy. Instead of the sell, I'm looking for the buy. In this case, we have a stop loss of 51 pips and a target of 90 pips. This is a perfect trade. Perfect trade. Fake out, we are no longer pushing down. Price is moving up instead. We got an engulfing candlestick for confluence. We never broke the low. That's a confluence. Breaking the high of that engulfing candlestick, another confluence, and we're targeting the high of the range. Hate fake outs, but you can identify them and take advantage of them. You can trade them. This is how you trade a range, is by waiting on that fake out. You can use it as a, thank you, Space Bro. Thank you, Space Bro, so much. I appreciate you, love. You can use a fake out to your advantage. And that's a chopstick play, is waiting on that fake out. If price never comes down and breaks the low of my egg roll candle, then immediately I'm looking for the engulfing candlestick closure back into the range. Yes, the fake out is my entry. Yes, for the buy. Is it continuation or a reversal? I would say it's a reversal. It's a reversal. or you can call it just trading the range. So yeah, it came out of the original range and it created a new support, but now it's trading back into the range, the original range. So you only trade fake outs. I trade breakouts and fake outs. Remember, this is the egg roll play. I'm waiting for price to break out of the original range, and then I'm waiting for price to break the low of the breakout candle. As long as I have a decent stop loss, which we did, and my take profit is less or more than what I'm risking. Target should be 1-to-1 or more. Yes, Dixie, yes. 1-to-1 or more. You are trading in noise. It's all noise, realistically. And also, it's all manipulated. Keep that in mind too. Charts don't move without banks and hedge funds, chat. This is all manipulated by humans. Okay? No, banks aren't trading with AI yet. These are all bankers or people who are trading for banks that are making these decisions. Okay? All of this is manipulated. All of it. When you see the big drives, manipulation. When you see the big sells, manipulation. When you see the ranging up and down, manipulation. All of it is. Don't ever think that the market is trying to get you. It's not. They have a plan. Not all manipulated. Yeah, it is. They make decisions. Retail traders can't move the charts. Only banks and hedge funds can move the charts, and they're moving them together. They're all in cahoots with each other. If you haven't figured that out yet, you haven't been trading long enough. You know how much money it takes to move a chart? We as retail traders aren't moving shit. This is all manipulation. Okay? All of it. So keep that in mind. You're not being fooled by the market. Your stops aren't being hunted necessarily. They're hunting orders so they can move the market. We too broke to move anything. Facts. Even the richest retail traders, you can't move the market. The banks choose where the chart is gonna go, and that's why you'll hear traders say, "I'm following the banks. I'm following the market makers." Market makers. Who do you think the market makers are? They're the banks and the hedge funds. We're talking billions, trillions of dollars being pushed. Forex alone is a $5 trillion market. What person on their own is doing that? Nobody. We're talking about banks and hedge funds. We're talking about the big boys who are moving these charts. So keep in mind that a lot of what we're looking at here is human pattern. Okay? Humans are making these decisions, which means if humans are making the decisions, you can keep up with what they're doing and how they're doing it. You can follow the patterns. You can read them. And chat, that's pretty much it. Is there any questions on my strategy? Because that's all I do, chat, is I'm waiting on the breakout or the fake out. I need a stop loss under 70 pips, and I need my risk to reward ratio to be 1-to-1 or more. That's it, and that's all, chat. I done gave y'all the game this morning for real. For real. How do you get the range again? I was late. Sorry. I'm not gonna re-explain it, but this will be posted on YouTube. So if you want to re-watch this, it's gonna be posted on my YouTube, and the link is in the bio. Okay. So go subscribe over there. Yo, Space Bro with the rising key. W Space Bro, I appreciate you, love. What candles are you using? I just drew these out. These are just drawn out candles. My actual candles are over here. I'm using regular old red and green candles. Okay. Your standard candles. I just drew this for example purposes only. Are you trading on consolidation phases? If I get that fake out, hell yeah. Hell yeah. If I get an egg roll, yeah. And for new followers, we got 427 new followers this morning. W chat, man, new followers. Please be aware that this is my only TikTok account. There's plenty of impersonators of me. I will not DM you. This is my only one, okay? So, dang, I done lost my train of thought. Oh, I trade my strategy here on TikTok Live Tuesday through Friday. 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., the first 2 hours of New York session, Pacific Standard Time. So come check me out and watch me trade egg rolls and chopsticks live. Come ask me questions over there. You can learn so much from watching someone trade live. When our market's opening up, they should be opening up, 2, 3 p.m. my time today? 2, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? 5, 6 p.m. New York time? Something like that. Why you don't trade on Mondays? Because I have to be at work at 3 a.m. I'm not at my desk. If I was at my desk, then I trade, but I can't be. I have a responsibility at 3 a.m. I still work, chat. I still do HVAC. I will come like your way to explain things. I love to hear that, Ricardo. What fake out? I just explained it. If you guys want to see this back, give me a subscribe on YouTube. Range on the 1 hour. Okay, I was wondering. Yeah, that's why. I got responsibilities on Monday morning. I love you. I love you too. Imani, thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. So sick. I do HVAC too. Ayo, HVAC gang in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Cali, Asia, London trading sounds legit. For some people, me personally, I'm an early bird. By 7:30, I'm ready to go to sleep. And I mean 7:30 p.m. I am ready to go to bed. I will sit in this chair and fall asleep. Okay? No, like, I cannot stay up that late, chat. I'm not. I am not a night owl. I am an early bird. But, that's another thing too. The session that you trade, it does depend on your schedule, like who you are as a person. Can you get up early? You can get it. What's going on, love? Mary Goldmiss. It depends on where you can be up at and what times you work. If you work overnight, then you got to trade New York. If you work in New York session, then you got to trade Asian in London. That matters too, is when you can do this. Because I'm sure everybody still work. Even if you don't work. Hold on, let me say one last thing too before I hop off here. Chat, don't believe these traders that say that they trade full time, but they making YouTube videos, they making content on Instagram and on TikTok. They are not trading full time. They're also content creators. They're also streamers. They're also YouTubers. They're making bags on everything else too. They may not work a 9 to 5, but they're still getting a bag in other places. They're real estate investors. They do other things to make money outside of trading. Don't let nobody convince you that they're a full-time trader, but you found them on the internet. Ain't nobody on the internet for free. They selling courses. They running classes. They doing everything else in the world but working a 9 to 5. They're still making money though, doing other things outside of trading. No trader is a full-time trader, okay? Because trading can be unpredictable. If you have a losing quarter, let's say for instance, like I was telling y'all earlier about the traders who quit their jobs and they had their bills saved up for the next few months. What if for those next few months that they had their bills set up, the pressure was so strong on them that they lost for the whole next quarter? They lost for 3 months in a row. If all they was doing was trading, they don't have any money left to depend on. They didn't spent they safety money. They didn't spent their emergency fund, and now they don't have nothing else to depend on, because they didn't have any other streams of income. As a trader, even if you don't want to work that 9 to 5, find you a different stream of income. My exact story, sheesh, peace, but that's how it is though. You can't just depend on this. What if you're going through a divorce and you can't focus? Your wife gone, your husband gone. You just woke up and you was in the bed by yourself. The last thing you thinking about is trading correctly. You might trade out of emotion. There's so many other life events that can make you trade emotionally. You have to have other streams of income, chat. You have to. You have to. All right. Keep that in mind, y'all. I really don't have much else to say. So why did you get into trading? To make money. I Googled how to get rich. That's how I got into this. But over the years, though, I've learned a lot of lessons, and these are the lessons that I learned that I'm sharing with y'all. The actual secrets. It's a lot of people who get on YouTube and on online about trading, and they lead people falsely into believing certain things about trading, and they don't be true. But they want to lead you into those things because it gets you to buy their programs. It gets you to watch their videos. It gets y'all to like them. It gets y'all to be inspired. But not everybody tells the truth. So sad teaching and doesn't have a verified track record. I verify my track record every day online, live. You can ask the people who have been in my chat since day one. So sad that you weren't here for it. Kindly show us how to mark the 3 hour and the 1 hour, please. I'll do that tomorrow morning. My mentors were Don Vo, Raja Banks, and Uncle Ted. All price action traders. They all traded gold. That's why I trade gold now. All of my mentors traded gold. So where is the track record now? Bro, I'm blocking you. I don't owe you a shit of an explanation, because at the end of the day, you're in my fucking life, bro. You're here listening to me. Like, what is wrong with y'all people, man? Y'all be so worried about what everybody else make. Chat, this is a whole nother issue too. Stop worrying about what other traders make. Stop worrying about their track record. Worry about what you doing. Worry about what works for you. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about nobody else. Take the information and apply it to you. Don't worry about nobody else. If you believe trading works, and I think that's a big thing too. A lot of people believe that trading is just fake in general. Like literally. And I don't blame people. Shit, there was a time I thought trading was fake too. But over time you see, okay, especially when you're watching live creators or live traders, you can start to tell like, okay, they're actually doing something with this. I've watched this person long enough. Yo, Chazzy, what's going on, girl? Thank you for the rose. Landlord, thank you for the rose. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much. What prop firm do you recommend? I use NinjaTrader. I made 10K in a week. The most I've made on the charts in a short period of time is 10K in 2 weeks. Girl, why you live when the market closed? Because I'm teaching a class right now. Why are you late is the question. K, are the names Egg Roll and Chopstick yours? Never heard of them before. Yeah, they're mine. You trade volatilities? I just trade gold. But anyways, though, chat, listen. I done gave y'all the game on just about everything I could possibly give it to y'all. In every way I could possibly give it to y'all. Focus on yourself. Focus on building up your personal account. Leave them damn prop firms alone unless you really know what you're doing. Stop fucking off your money on the weekends. Lock in on yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else, every other trader. Show up to the charts every day. Make the decision that you're going to do this and that you're going to be a trader, and fucking do it. Okay? Show up every day for the next few years, chat, and I promise you, you're going to start to see the patterns. Use support and resistance as a foundation. Build off of that. Use YouTube University. Watch other traders. Trade different strategies. See what makes sense to you. I know a lot of people say don't strategy hop, but strategy hop. You're going to have to, because you got to see what makes sense. You got to learn different things. You got to be familiar with different things. And then when you learn how to trade, make the fucking course and sell it. Start the business. Go get you a house to rent out. Go make you some money any other kind of way and keep dumping into that trading account and keep flipping it. Keep pushing, chat. Keep fucking pushing. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And I will see y'all tomorrow bright and early, 5 a.m. sharp Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, why you late to my class, bro? Ain't that rude to show up late to class? You tardy. Anyways, Merry Christmas, y'all. Love y'all so much. And this stream will be posted on YouTube later on today if you missed anything. So bye, y'all. Merry Goldmas. And thank you guys. Hold on, pause though. Thank y'all so much for my gifts. I know I skipped a whole lot of gifts in there. A lot of people was gifting. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. Michael. Yo, Michael with the racing helmet. W freaking Michael, man. Yo. Sin baby number 1 in the chat. Sin number 1 sitting on the throne as the queen as she should be. We got Space Bro number 2. Space Bro, you getting a follow. Oh, you already got one. Michael sitting in the number 3. Michael getting a follow back. We got Sedusa number 4. Meg number 5. They got their follow back. We got Interior Construction. You getting a follow back today. Defends, you're getting a follow back today. Mim Trades, you're getting a follow back today. Tucka, you already got your follow back. Just Masari, you getting a follow back today. W Top 10, yo, Michael, thank you so much. Chat, thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate you. Michael, with the Prince, thank you guys so much. Lone Wolf, I see you. Jenny, I see you. Thank you guys so much. Mariam, is it Miriam? I think it's Miriam. Miriam, thank you for the love you so much. I love you too. Alfred with the corns and the chilies. That's what I'm talking about. W Chat. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you, man. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, y'all. Go enjoy the time with y'all family. That's what I'm about to do. So, peace and love, y'all. I see y'all tomorrow.